even though it's day 2, I wanted to catch up to date on the polishing that occurred yesterday. They're just finishing up this part of the car on the right side. So I want to get, you know, just a little bite of that for you.
Yeah.
The whole process.
So what Juan is pulling out here is our scan grip light system. So what's really, really amazing is that this entire light system, I can select which type of lights that I want. So let's say if I go, and I can effectively change how dark or how light it is, the different shades.
Right.
This is super important because, like, let's just say, for instance, right here, right? You may be able to see this little mark right here,
right,
under a specific light, but then it can be almost invisible under others.
Look at that. Yeah, you're right.
It's super important to have different types of light spectrums when you're doing paint correction. Very important. So that's why we have several of these light systems. And then, you know, and we can even change how bright they are for that specific type of light. You know, and when you combine that with these lights, I'm able to cover every spectrum of light that we could possibly have to make sure we get all the scratches and stuff like that off the paint.
Awesome. Yeah, that was crazy how, like you said, that changed the way you could see the surface of the paint. Yeah. Got a team effort going on here today. Just got the wife joining the fun.
Trying to get all these defects off before we do the ceramic coating. Otherwise, they're staying there.
Yeah, no, we don't want this thing.
We want this something gone.
We don't want to lock in any imperfections. That's for sure. Nope.
Much clearer. Much better.
All right, guys, just want to give you a little update here. We are finishing up the black roof. Oh, it looks so good. There's Mario over here putting the last pieces, last finishing touches on the black roof here.
Yes, sir.
And I am loving it. I mean, it just totally changes. You know, a lot of people say the arrow totally changes the look of the car to a supercar look. I think this does the same thing as well. Putting the black top on there. And the blue's nice, don't get me wrong. But that really finishes things off. And also, Juan did the tail lights. He blacked those out, even on the sides here. He did with a black PPF film, which we'll be using on the top here as well. And blacked all that out. Looks awesome. I recommend everybody with a C8 do this. So clean looking. So yeah, guys, we're gonna finish up the top here. And basically what he did to make sure the seams are perfect was did an underlay of a wrap, which he's finishing up now. And he's gonna actually install a black PPF film over that, which is actually right here. It's just not cleaned up, but it's super shiny. It looks like factory paint. He's gonna actually install that over this so that all the seams are perfect. There's no blue shining through. I mean, again, I hate to keep bringing it up, but attention to detail and going that extra yard is what makes a good place over, you know, just an average. Look at that. That looks sharp, doesn't it, guys? All right, we'll check back in with you. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow we're doing ceramic?
Yeah, probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow.
All right, guys. So according to Mario, tomorrow or Sunday, Saturday, we're going to do the ceramic coat over everything, and this thing will be insane. All right, we'll check in with you later.
All right, so here's what we got going on. So right now, we did the polish, we did everything on the car, did the full paint correction. Now, we're actually gonna get started on the actual ceramic coating. So here's what we have. So we're actually gonna use several different products from 2 separate companies. We have, for the paint, we're gonna use the best they got out there. That's Crystal Serum Ultra. That's gonna give it hardness, gloss, the whole 9 yards. We're going to top that with EXO. EXO is going to give it that extra level of hydrophobicity. Essentially, that means the amount of how it repels water, dirt, etc. Okay.
Right.
Then we have, and mind you, these are all G-Technic products. Then we're going to use G-Technic wheel armor. So this is actually a super, super hard, super thick substance that actually goes on the wheels. That's going to help repel brake dust and whatnot. Then of course we have smart glass. Smart glass is going to make it so like where you're driving at a very safe speed, it'll make all the water just fly off the front windshield. All right. So, and then what we're going to use for the paint protection film. The paint protection film, we're actually going to use, the clear bra itself is actually Expel Ultimate Plus. The ceramic coating that we're going to be using is Expel's ceramic coating. This is specifically designed for Expel Ultimate Plus paint protection film. It's super important because a lot of these other brand ceramic coatings, they have high levels of titanium dioxide, high levels of silica dioxide, and what can happen is that it can have adverse effects to, let's say, a polyurethane clear bra or paint protection film that actually can impede in some of the self-healing capabilities of the clear bra, and of course you don't want that. So whenever you do ceramic coating, if this particular company has a ceramic coating designed for their PPF, that's really what we suggest. So in this particular case, Expel paint protection film uses Expel ceramic coating.
Awesome. That was good stuff.
So basically how we're doing this, guys, is we want to make sure we get even coverage. So if you have the product in your pad and you just put it on, by the time you get to the right side, you're not going to have as much product as you would if you start here, of course.
Right.
So what we do is we take the product, we put it on the pad, and then we create what's called an X factor, okay, or an X form. And with that, we are actually able to create even coverage between coming back and forth, side to side, up and down. We're actually able to have all the product go evenly on this particular panel. So you can see how nice and even the coverage is. And what we're waiting for are the aeration bubbles. So what that's doing is that's starting to penetrate the paint protection film. That's starting to penetrate essentially whatever a substrate it's on. So what we're doing now is we want to make sure, so ceramic coating has a very high, a very fast drying time. So what can happen is if you do not take off the residue and whatnot, it's staying there. It's very difficult to remove. So to help with making sure that we don't leave any type of residue, we have what's known as a three towel method or a 3-person method. So essentially we'll have what's known as rag 1, 2, and 3. Rag 1 essentially removes the majority of the ceramic coating. Rag 2 removes even more, and then rag number 3 is our finest GSM that we have. That is like a nice feather. We feather it off, go around edges, making sure we don't leave something what's called a high spot, because you will see it if you don't do it properly. That's why it's super important to have proper preparation, proper training, and to make sure that whoever's ceramic coating your vehicle knows exactly what they're doing.
And I don't know if you previously mentioned on camera here, how do you know when to take it off?
So there's actually an aeration process that happens. So it almost bubbles up, essentially. Okay. I'll show you more when we actually do another piece of the ceramic coating. But there's actually like a drying process. Some ceramic coatings are different. Some have a rainbow effect. Some, they turn into bubbles. Some it hazes. Some haze. So it really depends on the type of ceramic coating that we do have. But in our particular case, the Fusion is going to kind of aerate and bubble. The Crystal Serum Ultra is going to turn in like a rainbow effect.
So you said you go over this 2 or 3 times?
Yep, 2 or 3
after the
times.
coating goes on?
I want to make sure we grab edges and everything like that. And you can actually see, like right here, just how nice and clear it gets. It really penetrates into the clear bra, making it look nice and clean. And something to remember too, like what does this ceramic coating provide? So this ceramic coating is also going to help provide additional UV protection on the clear bra.
Right.
So the clear bra itself is warranted for 10 years. Well, now you're putting an extra layer of protection on top of the PPF. There's really no official how much longer it's going to last, but realistically, you're looking probably almost 50% to double the lifespan of the clear bra.
Right.
So definitely helps. so you can actually see how much thicker it's laying.
Yeah, so explain why that is to the camera.
So
we're using a different.
Yeah, so we're actually using the Crystal Serum Ultra. Crystal Serum Ultra comes in at about 27 nanometers. So you get a lot of people have the conception that, hey, you know, more layers means thicker. That's not necessarily the case. You know, you have certain ceramic coatings that require 4, 6, 7 layers of ceramic coating, but they may only be, you know, 2 to 3 nanometers in thickness per layer. You know, so you do the math. Whereas the Crystal Serum Ultra, the viscosity or the density and how thick it is requires 1 layer, and that layer is 27 nanometers in thickness. It's quite possibly one of the thickest ceramic coatings is currently on the market now.
And you just wipe it right off as soon as you lay it down like that, huh?
Pretty much. It also, I'll definitely say that the environment definitely helps. You know, because we keep it around 30 or 40% humidity in here. It's approximately 70 degrees. If you were to have a deviation, like let's say anything above like 75 degrees, it'll flash on you, and you're gonna run into a whole ton of problems. You know, so everything matters as far as the environment.
Right.
You know, when I first built the shop, it definitely made a huge difference. As to how, the first thing I thought about was, how am I going to create the environment that I need to be able to have a good product to offer my customers vehicles.
Right.
So everything matters a bit. The same thing, you can see how nice and thick it lays down right here.
Yeah.
If I had to express to you guys like what the consistency of this ceramic coating, think of it as maybe like a lighter version of like maple syrup. So it actually lays on really, really thick. You can definitely feel it in the rag and the pad and everything. It's very grabby. So once we actually take off the substrate that is not penetrated to the ceramic coating, that's actually what's going on to the rug.
You ever tried it on your pancakes?
No, man. You'd have all kind of glass problems with that, you know. So.
Surprised you take it off that quick. Everyone else lets it sit on there for now. No?
Nope. You have to take it off quickly. Like even underneath, I wish you guys could feel it, but even underneath the rag that I'm using, even immediately, you start to feel it like really grab. You start to feel it really working. It works very, very quickly. Like Crystal Serum Light, you can put the stuff on, wait a minute.
Yeah, you
and
wait
wipe
till
it
you
off.
see it cracks a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Like
this stuff
bubbles.
is almost immediately, as soon as it goes on.
So when you're done with this on the glass, the water just sheets right off, doesn't it?
Very hydrophobic down here.
Which is good in Florida because we get a bunch of nasty rainstorms here.
That's very true.
Is that a different special one for glass, or is that one of the others?
It's one specifically for glass. Windshields you can put, I believe, a couple of different coatings on it. You just have to let it cure every 15 minutes.
Oh, you can see it cured.
Yeah, that cures for 15 minutes, and then we have our residue remover. Once we do the residue remover, it's crystal clear, perfect. So.
Hey guys, so there's something I wanted to show you. So this is actually what happens to an applicator pad after you do an application of Crystal Serum Ultra. So it's actually really hard to the touch. And so this is actually what happens when you put water on it.
Look at that. Proof positive.
Super dry.
So she is finally done after 3.5 weeks. Let's take a quick look at what she looks like. We did the partial PPF. We did a black vinyl gloss black roof. And we did, well, while we were here, I put the stance wheels on there, which I think make a huge difference. And we fully ceramic coated it. And she looks crazy in the sun. I'm gonna pay someone to drive behind me with a sun lamp at all times. So on cloudy days. That's the way we do it here in Florida. But yeah, guys, there's a finished product. She's coming home today. Peace.